Just like that. Welcome to another throwback episode. This week we are in Lincoln Square. Very cool neighborhood.
Yeah, community area number 4.
Yeah, buddy.
Quattro.
This
was a fun one because I think we could both answer this one. What we remember from this is when we met Chef Darnell for the very first time, along with the Lincoln Square Ravenswood Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right.
Fantastic.
Didn't we have the folks from the podcast book club thing come out to this episode?
This
was a really cool one. We actually recorded at Luella's with them. We had breakfast together. It was such a cool experience.
Technically, this was our first live recording.
Yeah, there was like 12 people there watching us record the episode.
Yeah, while we had the Chamber of Commerce and Chef Darnell in his restaurant.
Yeah, it was such a cool experience.
Such a vibe.
I love that one. Lincoln Square is really cool. There's a lot of German history in that area. Yes. There's Mars Apothecary was once owned by a German owner.
Yeah, the German.
It was, and then there's the Donk House right across the street from that main strip. There's also a cool farmers market there. Very, very cool community area. So check it out for sure. This episode originally aired November 8th, 2021. Enjoy the show.
We are live recording.
We are. I have my stress balls and everything.
That's what she said. Way too early. We never had one that early. Let's just start the episode.
This is the podcast where we visit all 77 of Chicago's historic neighborhoods and discuss their heritage and taste the amazing food.
And if you know anything about us, we love 2 things, food and Chicago, so I can't wait to burn this gas money.
You ready?
Let's get it.
This is the 77 Flavors of Chicago, the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another nice episode.
77
Flavors of Chicago.
We've had not nice episodes?
No, we've had great episodes. This is a nicer one.
A nicer one.
This is a busy one.
Yeah.
This is a busy one.
Sure.
I'll let the theme play out. Yeah, that's a good beat. Dario.
Sarah.
And we are joined by our guest, the Chamber of Commerce.
The Lincoln Square.
You got it. Thank you.
Lincoln He was saying Lincolnwood the entire time we were here. I was like, you can't say that.
Yeah, now I just said I'm not going to say it at all. I'm just going to say Chamber of Commerce.
He's intuitive because that's actually where I grew up.
Oh, is it really?
What? Stop it. That is Nicole Benjamin. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll give you a coin. Actually, I'm going to give myself a coin. Lincolnwood. I knew it was a reason I was saying Lincolnwood.
I don't think so. I think she just said that. She probably grew up in like Evanston. She's like, I'm just going to give it to him.
Let's just give his brother props.
I feel bad.
Yeah. We are, you probably hear a little bit of chatter. We are live inside of Luella's Southern Kitchen and waiting for our brunchy brunch.
Yeah, we have like 17 guests on today's episode.
We really do.
Guest number 1.
We really do. We got the crew from the podcast. Brunch is sitting here watching us. We got our good friend Sarah Holcomb is here watching us. And we got everybody else in here probably like, what the hell is going on? How you doing this week?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm great.
It's like warm. Nicole, how are you feeling?
Amazing. This is the best fallback day ever.
Yeah.
Wait, was it fallback?
Yeah.
Wait,
today has changed.
Today was fallback?
Yeah.
That's why I feel rested. I was wondering. I was like, what's going on?
Because he slept for 19 hours.
I did not eat. I did.
Yeah.
I did. I slept for a long time, and I was like, I feel unusually good today. Wow. And I time stamped the podcast, but it's okay. It's okay. We just, it's daylight saving time.
Yeah.
We got an extra hour. Man, I could have watched that movie then.
Okay.
I mean
I put on a movie yesterday. He started the movie at 10 p.m.
It was 9:15 to be fair.
No, it wasn't. It was 10 p.m. because I looked at my watch.
How did you drop somebody else's
I didn't. Somebody else's mic. I'm going to take my hands off the table.
Did you see what I told you about at the beginning? I told you.
No, that's my fault. I always drop the mic. But he started the movie at 10 p.m. and he fell asleep at 10:03. And then I watched the first 15 minutes. I was like, I'm not doing this. And I turned on the Great British Baking Show. And I finished that.
And I woke up to people cooking. I was like, they didn't do this in the Westerns. What is this? Yeah, but it's good. It's good to have daylight saving time, I guess.
Yeah.
But you are right, Nicole. It is very hot outside for this time of year.
Yes, we're blessed with a couple days of spring.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
knock on
For
wood.
real.
You know,
Knock on table.
Knock on. But if y'all keeping score, we are in Lincoln Square with the Lincoln Square Chamber of Commerce, and we're gonna talk about some fun history. You gonna join in on this? Talk to us about Lincolnwood. What do you want to say?
Square.
Lincoln. I don't know why I keep saying Lincolnwood. And now I'm gonna just blame it on Nicole. That's where she's from. Lincoln Square. Anything you want to tell us about Lincoln Square?
Well, actually, we're the Lincoln Square Ravenswood Chamber of Commerce,
right.
even a larger community, but it's a great community of tons of incredible local businesses that run the gamut, retail, services, great restaurants like Luella's.
Oh, yeah.
So our role in the neighborhood is we basically support the businesses by having special events, by having some consumer incentives around the holidays, like everything to kind of highlight the greatness that is Lincoln Square and Ravenswood, and to get people here, get people shopping, and to shop small, shop local.
That is-
And how long have you been the director of special events for the
I've been
chamber?
here for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
You gotta love it. I mean, but you all have some good events.
we do.
Really good
Yeah.
events.
We do.
We just did the Apple Fest. Fantastic.
Yeah.
The Apple in
Yeah,
October.
I remember. They had her and her mom were here and had me out there picking apples. you
Well,
know?
you picked the apple bag
I did.
because there's no actual apple.
Yeah, there's no apples. There was a lot of cider. You know,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of cider.
Oh, I'm glad to know you came. It's
we
really
love
one of
this
my
neighborhood.
favorite events.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it because there's another event that's actually pretty cool that we'll talk about in just a little bit. But are you ready to start talking about the history of it?
Hey.
Now, let's get it. Nicole, I don't know if you listened to it, but we got to do this first so we get prepared.
All right.
Here we go.
It's emotional.
It's a very emotional moment for us. I saw the knowledge flash before my eyes. And here we go. Lincoln Square is number 4 on the community 77 communities.
Wow.
If you're taking note, we knocking off the top ones.
I know.
You know, kind of in a row here.
Well, we did a bunch of South Side, and now we're doing a bunch of North Side.
Yeah. So I'm ready to get started. 1830s to the 40s. The Germans arrived here, and they began farming. 2 brothers, Lyman and Joseph Budlong, arrived in 1857.
Have you had the Budlong chicken?
I had it for lunch the other day.
Did you really? Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if there's a correlation to
I don't
that.
know, but I hope there is. 'Cause that would
I
be
mean, if they were
amazing.
making chicken all the way back then like that, like now,
They might have been.
won
They
with
were
something.
farmers. That means they had chickens.
That is very true. We don't know.
Maybe. Secret recipe.
Nicole's
of
probably
Budlong.
like, how do we get one
She's like,
sentence
what is
into the
this?
video? How do we get precisely one sentence into the history? And here they go on a tangent. This is what we do. But they arrived in 1857, and they later opened up commercial greenhouses and flower fields for the Rose Hill Cemetery.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, see, look at me putting the Chamber of Commerce on right now.
Now you
I
can
knew
go
I
to the
could get it.
office and be like, did you know?
Did you know?
Nice
Yeah.
little history lesson for me this morning.
Oh, just wait. This one gets better. All right. So the Rose Hill Cemetery, established in 1859. Did you know that it is 350 acres and it is Chicago's largest cemetery? It takes up
Really?
It takes up a quarter of Lincoln Square's area.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
A quarter?
A quarter. A whole
Damn.
25 cents. Yeah.
Do they count the dead people in the census?
Come on, man. Stop it. I mean, it is 50,000 people here, right? I'm just saying, Chicago.
Nicole, is that counted in the census?
It goes like, I'm not liable to answer that question. I do events. This might be the last one.
It's like I actually have to go.
Yeah, right.
Crazy.
Look like it's about that time. But here's some more interesting things about Rose Hill. So it's called Rose Hill, and the reason why it's called Rose Hill, and again, this is legend. All right, this is legend, nothing official. It's called Rose Hill because the city clerk made an accident in the paperwork, and rose spelled like a flower rose. Okay, when really it's Rose Hill, ROE apostrophe S Hill, because that was for the farmland. A guy by the name Hiram Rowe was on that land, so they called it Rose Hill. Now he didn't want to give
like hills.
Yeah,
the hill for
Rose Hill, yeah. And they didn't want it. So when they planned out the cemetery, he didn't want to have them endorse it or sell it off the land until they honored him by using his name for the land.
Wow.
So we are stuck with Rose Hill. Again, legend. I don't know. What you think about that?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, very interesting. That was a complete accident. It was a complete accident.
That's cool.
I mean, you all know I have a rough time reading on the podcast, and I don't know why I write so small on this, but I probably would have made that same mistake. You said Rose? Like Rose.
Let me see your handwriting.
Actually, it's pretty good, y'all. It's pretty good. And my penmanship this
decent.
time.
It's decent.
First of all, I mean, can you read it?
No, but like,
It's better than mine.
considering that most of us don't write every day, that's pretty good. I mean, I haven't written in months.
I've been writing for like the last 4, and I'm progressively getting better. I don't write in cursive because weirdly enough, nobody should, because I had a hard time remembering what a Z was in cursive. Have you ever written a Z in cursive?
I don't know.
Not in a long time.
Exactly. So, like, if somebody said, "Hey, write a Z right now in cursive," probably would fail.
How do you write a Z?
It's got a weird loop with another
like
small loop, and then
Yes.
Yes, there you go. There it is. If y'all saw
I feel
that,
like we definitely went to different schools because I don't remember that.
They probably didn't write it. I mean, because it's a stupid letter, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the last one. Nobody cares. The song is over after Z. Anyway, as we continue, 1925, the Chicago City Council actually named the area Lincoln Square. So in 1925, think about that. That's the 20th century is when it was named.
That's crazy.
When it started in the mid 19th, you know.
Well, and I can tell you that the Chamber of Commerce started in 1948.
Hey,
Really? Wow.
which is pretty fair.
I have a quick question. So why do they combine Lincoln Square and Ravenswood?
Well, this is before my time, but it was the Lincoln Square Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And I believe it was with the previous alderman, and I don't remember what year, but there was just a request to loop in Ravenswood.
Oh.
So we had to basically recharter and then became Lincoln Square Ravenswood 4 or 5 years ago, because when I came
Right. It was already that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So that is very interesting because Ravenswood is not one of the 77.
Community areas.
Yeah, it's not one of the 77, but it's just as big as one of the community areas, you know. And it is actually a part of Uptown and Lincoln Square.
Right.
So I don't know if there'll ever be.
Is there like beef between you and the Uptown Chamber?
Who has
Not
more?
at all.
Who has
Not
more?
at all.
Ravenswood?
We all play nice.
You all play nice? Yeah.
Who's your favorite chamber?
Who's your favorite chamber?
Mine, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, other than yours. of
Right.
course.
Yeah, she better. Lincoln Square is probably listening to it
You
like
say
she better.
Lincolnwood
I don't know why.
again.
I don't know why. I'll be canceled off of this podcast if I say it one more time.
Yeah,
all
for real.
right. I don't know why I keep saying it. I never even been to Lincolnwood.
I didn't even know it was a real thing.
Neither did I. I just feel like I knew it was something.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, it's in your hometown.
And I am really from there.
Are you? Thanks for that clarification. Not from Evanston.
Right, not from Evanston, from Lincolnwood.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty cool that you mentioned that because I was going to say exactly that about Ravenswood once we get to the neighborhood part because the neighborhood part is actually kind of I want to ask you about that too in a few. Now, did you know that Lincoln Square is actually honoring one president, take one guess?
Obama.
Stop it! Come
I
on,
don't know.
Lincoln Square.
Oh, Lincoln.
Lincoln.
That was really stupid. That was stupid.
Lincoln. All right, now this is done. We're done. We have company, and we don't know what.
I thought you meant like today they're honoring.
Well, that'd be weird on this day that we be a privilege.
I meant like in the present.
If I can share with you too that if you take a look around the street, we do also have some old parking meters that were kind of our Abe Lincoln's face, like artistically.
Really?
A former colleague did that project several years ago. Yeah.
Really?
nice.
So some of the parking tickets.
Parking meters.
Parking
Some
meters.
of the old meters.
Oh, some of the old meters.
Yeah.
So we are literally giving money to Abraham Lincoln. So we.
I mean, they don't.
Maybe they.
Do
Maybe
they work?
Maybe the people in the cemetery are.
They don't
They're
work.
They're just
Oh, they don't work.
decorative.
Okay.
There's
All
a lot of decorative things in Lincoln Square. There's a lot of art. A lot of.
It
We'll
is-
talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
but
a lot of art. Now this is this area. It has a huge German population and German history. And a lot of the people that came to this area, settled in this area, farmers and Germans that came and worked, lived, like the Chicago story here. The big influence here is one of the places we actually will talk about later on this week, because we kind of made this a pseudo Lincoln Square week. It is the Merz Apothecary. That was founded and started in 1875 by Peter Merz. That's still here. It's still here, and like I said, we'll talk about that because we gave him his own
that was
Anthony.
So cool.
Yeah, that was very cool. And actually, the story with that is actually really cool with the way they rebuilt things and kind of kept the old aspect of it. What do you got to say about that?
I love that store.
Yeah.
It definitely, when I moved back to Chicago, Merz Apothecary was the only place I knew at the time in Lincoln Square.
Yeah.
But yeah, the family that owns it now has owned it for many years, and they really do an incredible job, and they do a great online business too.
Yeah. So he talked about that, which is really cool because kind of keeping up with today's times and kind of making it fresh, and they still kept the old feel of what it was. An apothecary is really a European thing. That's not a Chicago, not an American terminology, you know what I mean? So, but it's really cool to see how they blended the building next to it and kind of brought it to life.
Like how the store next to it is like more modern. Yeah. It's like a more modern apothecary, and then that old. I love it. It was so cool. I can't wait for people to watch that.
Yeah, cannot wait. Also, the I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's a German word. America woke. I don't know. It is. The reason why I bring that up is because that was a newspaper that was a German newspaper that was founded here in Chicago in 1972. And I think it's still in circulation, but the place where they were kind of like based out of, that's no longer, but they still have one spot above the kind of the buildings here where they still work. And it's I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know it is a German name because they spell America with a K.
I think there's a butcher like right down the street. It's not just a butcher, but it's
the Jean Sausage Shop.
Yeah, they sell sausage and they sell a lot of like. I know.
Oh my God.
So lovely.
Oh my goodness. It is. If you are hungry, do not go there. Do not go in there. And it's right across from the toy shop.
I know.
Yeah. It's a great local grocery here. But yeah, they have some stuffed cabbage in the counter that's really damn good too.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I did not see the stuffed cabbage. She tricks me into eating foods, by the way.
I do. I tell him, I was like, I hide vegetables in your food the way parents hide vegetable in their children's food. I'll make like pasta with meat, and then I'll put like a bunch of spinach in there, and he'll be like, "Oh, this is delicious," and that's how he gets his spinach.
She tricked me a couple days ago.
I did.
I knew I tasted some spinach or something like that, but everything else carried the weight, and I was like, "Okay, let's." I'll
eat the spinach because there's a bunch of ground beef in this.
Good tricks,
right?
It's very good tricks, and I'm not very simple-minded, but like when it comes to food, I really don't care. I don't eat for taste or anything like that. I eat for sustenance.
I know. Isn't that crazy that he eats for sustenance?
Yes.
Who does that?
I mean, who doesn't?
Me?
I
eat
you're
for
a cook.
Taste.
You're a cook.
Delicious. You
I'm
enjoy
sure.
it.
Okay, well, whatever. Here we go talking about my palate yet again. It's not
You
even
brought
a
it
food
up.
court. I did bring it up. The Dank House German American Cultural Center is actually here.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was founded in 1959. Right here in Chicago, and of course, like most buildings, exhibiting cultural centers, things like that, it's meant to preserve the culture and the history of the German, of any, whatever they are, in that area, and that's right here in Lincoln Square.
Yes, it's actually the Dank House.
Yeah, Donk, there it is.
Donk,
Look at me.
yes.
Dank House, black guy.
But it's an incredible nonprofit organization. They do so much to maintain the German history. Of this city, of this neighborhood. They do tons of movies. They have a museum. They host special events. And they actually, if you don't have this in your notes, but you might, that there used to be the Chicago Brauhaus here on Lincoln Avenue. It was open for many years, a really popular German-owned restaurant and bar that people were sorely amiss when they decided to close after years of popularity. But the Donk House took the bar that was at the Brauhaus and moved it into the Donk House.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's every other Thursday they have neighborhood nights where you actually can go up to their their second floor and enjoy drinks at the old Brauhaus bar.
Okay.
That is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have a gorgeous sixth floor view of the city too.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
A sixth floor view of the city.
Yes.
Wow.
They have a
That is so
Skyline
cool.
Lounge. Yeah.
Oh my
People
goodness.
get married there.
People get married there.
Yeah.
Wow. How come?
That is so cool.
Okay, well we got to visit.
Yeah, we have to check that out.
You can just go up there and drink.
Yeah.
Germans like to drink. Let's be honest, man. Like, I mean,
Who doesn't like to drink?
I mean, but they have big mugs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Big mugs.
Big, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Das Boot. You know what I mean? Like,
serious.
yeah, they are serious.
Yeah.
A lot of my German friends, man, I can't go late out at night with them. No, because like they want to drink. You ever been to drink house? Well, that's old school. But like, what's the place up in Rosemont? That in the little area, it's all German. And they like to drink.
I mean, they have Oktoberfest, which I feel like is a testament to how much they enjoy.
Oktoberfest, that's a German thing, right?
Yes.
I did not. The more I know, I didn't know. I just thought that was when people drink.
It's with a K.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It is with a K. Well, I didn't know how to spell it regular October, clearly, because I
You thought October was with a K.
Dr. Octopus, October, I don't know. Like they all spell.
okay.
Yeah, right. I've never seen it spelled.
Everybody knows that. October was a K.
It's a K. How did
Wow.
Dario at school spell October?
How are people going to trust you now?
Well, I'm
To
reading off
trust
a card,
this
so I'm reading off a card, and I got backing right here. So,
Right.
Donk House, y'all. I knew that. Something else is actually really cool. You have the Cambodian Association of Illinois, and Illinois.
Illinois.
Did I say Illinois? Did I say Illinois? Nobody else heard that, right?
I heard it.
Okay, all right. I got some confirmation down here. Illinois. And can you tell us anything about that?
Well, they preserve the history of the Cambodian community. They do actually also have a mural that's part of. We've done several murals through a paintworks program in the neighborhood. The mural that's on the Cambodian Association is one of my favorites.
Yeah?
Really?
It's beautiful, but yeah, it's a really cool organization. They're very small. Funnily enough, I got to know them more after going to see a play at Victory Gardens.
Oh, really?
It was called Cambodian Rock Band.
Okay.
And it kind of like was really entertaining and musical, but about the history of the genocide and all that. And they called out to the Cambodian Association also because the cast studied and learned a lot of history from them.
Wow.
Okay.
That is really cool.
See, the more you know, and that, to me, like when I hear something like that, and the reason why I put that in those is because it's a predominantly German area.
Right.
You know what I mean? The way it's land, but like the story of Chicago is diversity and how everybody kind of mixes together. And to see that, right down on this strip, here, you got Thai restaurant, things like that.
Yeah.
So again, every neighborhood might have one predominant demographic, but there's still a bunch of people that just come together. You know what I mean? That's
I
Chicago.
think one of the coolest things we learned while we were doing our research for Lincoln Square is that the phrase of like you can eat around the world in Lincoln Square.
Yeah,
so there's restaurants from all over the world.
I was sold on that. When I heard that, I was like, wow, that is so. That right away, I was like, well, we got to do like a whole week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's actually really cool. And kind of along the lines of, we talked about the Ample Fest, which is huge. That's kind of your thing to kick off fall time, and it was a nice warm day then too.
Yeah, it was.
We got lucky. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep the luck going. I mean,
It was like 2 blocks. Like it was
more. I felt like it was way more than 2 blocks. My legs hurt. I was tired. I was tired after walking.
It is like a harvest fest, but in the middle of the city.
Right.
All the farms also, and all the restaurants have, at least one apple-focused dish.
Yeah.
A lot of hard cider from the restaurants selling alcohol.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood loves it, and there's not really anything like it in the city, which is why I think it's such a great success. It's been growing every year.
Yeah, I mean,
are you part of planning that event? Yeah.
Yes.
So how far in advance do you start planning, or is it like since it's been planned once, it's you just kind of repeat?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
No.
Cool.
Our 2 big street festivals are Apple Fest
She thought she was gonna copy and paste.
and Square Roots. And Apple Fest is in October. We start planning that probably in February.
Stop it. So
Yeah.
we're just about to start planning.
It's always better to get a jump on things.
That's
and
crazy.
It's funny because before I even worked in planning it, I would never have known how much is involved.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, especially when you have all the businesses that you're trying to organize all at once to get in and be in one space, and that's a lot.
It's a lot, especially also now post-COVID. The services like the stages and the tables, like that takes a a bit longer.
It takes a long time.
No.
Yeah.
For sure. What's your favorite event to plan?
Well, she mentioned Square Roots, and I brought that. I have it written down here. And that is to celebrate the history in music and German culture.
It is. It's an event that we do, but we partner with the Old Town School of Folk Music here in Lincoln Square, and they're a great nonprofit organization. They have tons of music classes and shows. So it's basically it was born out of Old Town used to host something called Folk and Roots in Wells Park. And then when it began to grow, they partnered with the Chamber of Commerce to bring it on to Lincoln Avenue. So they take care of all the musical programming, which is amazing. They do a lot of world music, and we take care of keeping it local with the vendors, with the restaurants, with the breweries. There are tons of great local breweries here in Lincoln Square and Ravenswood.
Yeah. I mean,
doesn't Chicago have the most breweries?
Yeah.
Per capita,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, which is, when I heard that stat, and that was a few years back, I think, back probably 2019 I heard that. But when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, Chicago.
Yep.
Chicago.
Right?
You know, like, I mean, again, you cannot, if you take Chicago out of the equation of the world, a lot of things go away. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, and to me it's just crazy to think that one city can have that much influence on the rest of the world, you know, let alone the whole nation, but the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we say it all the time when it comes to architecture, it's perhaps number one thing that we kind of influenced on the rest of the world, but the resolve we had after 1871 with the Chicago fire, and how the different communities kind of came about, and different nationalities and things just kind of settled down and say, hey, this is where we settle, and here, let's make something out of Chicago.
Yeah, they found out mermaids were real.
The mermaids are not real. Mermaids are not real.
You hate when I say that.
Do you believe mermaids are real?
I do not.
Thank you.
Do not?
Thank you.
How can you be so sure? Like you. Okay, I'm not saying they exist. I'm just saying, how can you be so? Okay, I'm not going on this tangent.
Look,
you can't just say they're not real.
How can we say they are?
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying you can't eliminate the fact that they could be. 70% of the ocean isn't even we haven't even discovered it. Who knows what's down there?
And not a mermaid.
There's
I promise
fish
you that.
with lights at the end of their face. You know what I mean?
That is true. I mean, that's true. But we've seen pictures of it.
Of what?
Of the light fish.
Right, the light fish. All right, let's
Anyway.
Are you done with the history?
I'm done with the history. I do want to go. I always like to say the different neighborhoods within the community area. And I got questions about this one because I want to know where the originality came from with this. If you have answers to this. We have Bowmansville, Bowmanville Woods, Bowmanville Garden, Budlong Wood, Budlong Garden, Lincoln Square North, Lincoln Square East, Lincoln Square South, Lincoln Square West, Ravenswood, and Ravenwood Garden. My one question is, who said we got three names? Make it work, okay?
We're not doing more than three.
We're not doing more than three. That's our cutoff. Who said that?
I truly wish I could answer that question.
Probably some white guy. I was like, you know what?
Somebody.
Three.
No.
That's a good answer.
Somebody that was like pressed for the test, forgot to do it the night before. Was like, oh shit, we got to name the neighborhoods.
And North. That's right.
I mean, I saw this and I was like, I got to be wrong. This got to be wrong. You know what I mean? But no, it's probably the most neighborhoods, to be fair, out of all the ones we've done so far. So this is like what, 1, 2, 3,
near
4.
West Side.
Oh yeah.
Lincoln Park.
Yeah. Near West Side is that got you beat. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. But I saw this, I was like, oh wow. You don't have to remember a lot. You know, you just got to remember the word garden.
Yeah.
You got to know your directions, and you got to know wood.
Yep.
And you're good.
I was asking if you were done so we can show off the back of these
we can show
cards that we're using.
Yes.
We got a lot of stuff that we can show off. Look at her. All right, so we per the request of not request, but like the recommendation.
Yeah.
Lincoln Square gave us some different places, business to kind of highlight, and we went to 3 different ones, and very unique. The first one is
Ponapaz.
Ponapaz, yeah.
Which, funny enough, her shirt is from Ponapaz.
Stop it!
Crazy?
Did you plan that?
No.
Okay.
I did want to wear something local, but yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. So her shirt, these cards, right, greeting cards here. I love Ponapaz.
Yeah, me too. He loves color, so I was like...
I do. You walk in, you just feel happy right away.
Right?
Yes.
And for some crazy reason, I have an affinity for the color pink. and I don't know why, but I think that might be my favorite. Like, it might be one of my favorite colors.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
like so bright and happy.
It really is. I don't know.
It is. I was telling Sarah before we started that I'm actually not that into color, but meeting Adrian and going into Ponopause for the first time, it's just joy.
She has a lot of energy.
Yeah, she's so dope.
And she got passion around what she does.
She really does, and you feel it. And I buy things from her. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, right. I wish if I could speak to Adrian one more time. I'm gonna look right in the camera. I'm gonna say, Adrian, please come out with a notebook, so that I can start writing my notes down in the notebook, because this was cool. I wanted cards, something local too. But you'll find out all about it from her side of it later on this week.
Yep. If you head over to our Instagram, we have like dedicated videos to each one of the businesses that we went to. You can learn more about them. You can see footage of visuals of everything. So, and that's 77 Flavors Shy.
There you go.
On all social media.
Shameless plug.
I mean, it's our podcast.
It's our podcast, right? Better not be shamed.
Yeah.
We also went to Timeless Toys, and
I got these stress balls from Scott at Timeless Toys.
First of all, let's clarify.
I'm stressed. No, they're just so fun.
Would you stop squeezing them like that together? You mean just like
one at a time?
One at a time. I think that's how it's
they kind of like stick to each other.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. No, but we went to Timeless Toys where Sarah got her balls from.
And Dario played for like 45 minutes.
I did.
With all the toys.
How can you not go in there and not play? First thing I saw was Legos.
Yeah.
Well, and he sells a lot of classic toys too.
Yes.
So I bought Simon from him.
Wait, they had a Simon there?
They did last holiday. Yeah.
Do you know what Simon is?
No.
It is the reaction game.
Oh. It's just the four colors, and you have to guess.
Yeah, you
have to pay attention and then repeat it.
Yeah. I'm not me personally not good at the game.
Yeah.
My attention span is not
0.
Yeah, it's very. How we got through 22 episodes, I don't know.
Something you enjoy. That's probably the only reason you're paying attention.
It is very true, and I actually enjoy it. I got a toy here, and I'm gonna turn it on. I don't know if you can hear, but
you probably have to hold it closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it right here. But y'all can see I got my DJ mixing board right here, and this is really cool because it actually has like the little scratcher.
Yeah.
I don't know what the record scratcher.
Literally.
Yeah.
And you can play different. I don't know. It was really
hot.
cool
It was hot when he was doing it. Now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, I am in the middle of a store doing this.
Hey, this is great because when you first pulled this out, I was wondering, like, it looks like a toy, but is it something?
It's 100% a toy.
100% a toy. You know, like, and so you can go and get a lot of things like this, and I don't care what age you are.
But he literally has everything you can think of.
Everything you can think of right there at Timeless Toys.
Yeah.
And then we went to Murs Apothecary.
I bought a candle. I bought chapstick. Dario got a razor. He got razor blades. He smelled all the perfumes. Yep. Oh my god!
And I actually cut myself the first time I used the razor. Cause I don't use the normal razor. I didn't before. And the guy there, Mark, he told me because they have the people that work there specialize in the field. Yes. They're fantastic at it, right? So he tells me that you should probably use this kind of razor. I said, for sure, I want to do that. So I took the razor, I went home, first stroke, cut. I was like, you know what? I'm going to die tonight. So it's like, let me stop doing this.
He said, Mark goes, here's my card. If you cut yourself, call 911, then call me. Don't call me first. I was like, that's fair.
So Mark was not wrong. He was very spot on.
Yeah. But we had such a wonderful time going to all these businesses. And again, there's videos on all of them. So,
what do you got to say about Lincoln Square?
Any upcoming events?
Yeah, right. What
yes,
can we get into?
We do. I mean, we're right upon the fourth quarter, the holidays, which this is go time. It's when most of these businesses make their bottom line. Mm-hmm. They bring in the most profits in the fourth quarter. So we have tons of consumer incentives. We have some great shopping nights. We always do Damon at Night, which includes Ponopause and a lot of the great stores on Damon, and then Shop Late Lincoln, and those are for a couple Thursdays in December, where it's not just late shopping, but we post maps, and a lot of the businesses have special deals for that night only. Some of them have even smaller pop-up businesses within their store that are fantastic.
Okay.
We also have Small Business Saturday, which is...
It's one of my favorite days.
Yeah.
It is a great day.
Busy.
It really is the day to promote Shop Small.
Yeah. We don't shop Black Friday, so we love Small Business Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because brand new this year we're having Plaid Friday, which is the answer to Black Friday.
Okay.
It basically is, don a piece of plaid clothing, and a lot of the businesses around here are going to have special deals that day also.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Good.
So if you wear plaid, you go into the store, you get deals because of
the stores that are most of the stores, yes, not all of them ask you to wear plaid, but we do have a web page on our website there where we're starting to build with a lot of the businesses. I think the bookseller, if you're wearing plaid piece of clothing, you'll get 20% off the book.
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea.
That's so cool. I don't even own anything plaid.
Me either. I'm trying to think. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I own anything with a square on it. Now that I think about it. I mean, but like, I think I would buy some plaid just to get a deal.
Yeah, I would.
And it's happening on Black Friday?
It's happening on Black Friday, Plaid Friday.
Okay.
And then on Small Business Saturday, tons of things going on at the businesses here, including we have our tree lighting ceremony right up there in Giddings Plaza. So beautiful tree. The alderman speaks. We have a German children's choir that sings before.
That's so cool.
The Donk House is on site in Giddings Plaza selling glue wine and beers.
Wow.
What is glue wine for those that don't know?
It's
Dario knows.
I know what it is, just for other people.
It's basically like a warmed up red wine with like cinnamon sticks and different spices in it.
Think of like the Chriskindle Market spiked wine.
I've never been there. I've never been to Chriskindle Market. Look, now's not the time to look down on me right now. I've never been there.
Right.
I've never been there.
We're going this year.
Okay, we can go. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go. That's booth. That's what I want. Right? That's what.
There's no booth this year, though.
No booth this year.
Booth.
Yeah, that's disappointing. My first one. That's all I was looking forward to.
Yeah,
really?
A penguin, I think.
It's a penguin. Who cares?
For the non-alcoholic drinks, you get a penguin, and the alcoholic drinks is just a regular mode.
Regular mode. Wow, really?
Well, if I can share something else with you guys,
share.
We're doing it for the second time. It's a gift we do. It's kind of a play on an advent calendar. It's called the 24 Days of Lincoln Square Ravenswood.
Oh.
We did it last year during the pandemic, and it sold out within 2 days. It's basically a huge box filled with 24 little boxes, and each one is a gift. It's something from one of the local businesses in Lincoln Square and Ravenswood. So
do we get early access? Because we
yes, because it will be going on sale this coming week.
Oh, so if you're listening to it,
what's the website where people
on Monday? We're good.
If you go to lincolnsquare.org/holidays, then that'll show you everything that's going on, including 24 days, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Plaid Friday.
Wait, Giving Tuesday?
Yes.
I've never. Is that something y'all created or?
It's not something we created. It's something global, and it's
really
Tuesday after Small Business Saturday. So this year it'll be November 30th.
Okay.
My birthday.
All right.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
But thank you. But it's basically just a give back. Like we put together lists, all the local nonprofits, and also a lot of the small businesses are donating to nonprofits based on your purchases, or if you want to drop off some items to give to the local nonprofits like Common Pantry or the Friendship Center. All of that is collected on Giving Tuesday.
Okay,
that's
so
so
we can,
awesome.
Actually, yeah, we can.
Food, a lot of coats, things like that.
Oh, we can plan something real quick.
Perfect.
Yeah. We'll be a part of that because I think that's fantastic.
That is really cool.
Giving Tuesday, I did not know that was a thing globally.
Yes.
I need to be a better person because after Cyber, after Cyber Monday, I'm not giving y'all nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you gonna get what you get.
Wow.
But this is a good cause. I didn't know it was a thing.
Dario's views do not represent those of the podcast.
No, they do represent my past life. Look, that's an expensive weekend.
So
So
you bought all the new stuff. Now you want to get rid of the old stuff that you have, so you give it away. So if you buy
I guess
new
that's
clothes
fair.
on that weekend,
I'm not buying clothes on the weekend. I'm buying all the electronics. I'm getting TVs, PlayStations, Xbox.
you already have 2 Xboxes.
No, I gave one away.
2 TVs.
I gave one away.
Oh. See, look at you. You're giving.
See? It was just not on a Tuesday. Anyway, there you have it, y'all. That's a good stuff, man.
It's a great time of year to, really do the shopping in your local community.
Yeah.
We like to support the Lincoln Square community here,
Absolutely.
but really just, putting your dollars back into the neighborhood, into the city, into the local economy to keep all these shopkeepers and business owners, thriving.
And as far as we know, the shops we spoke to, they've been prepping for this because they know that there's a supply chain shortage.
Yeah.
So they're all stocked up and ready to go. So if you can't, for some reason, Amazon doesn't have a thing that you want, even
Definitely
if it does,
come down
you
here.
should come down here And you don't have to come down. You can shop online.
Right.
They all have websites.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them really killed it with pivoting during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Some of them built, like Mers always had their online store, but Raven's Goods and Panapaz and Genevieve, I mean, all these great local businesses, they built their online stores too, so you can still shop with them online.
And that was what last year showed the resolve in certain people.
Yeah.
You know, so and I'm glad
For
to
sure.
see that a lot of the big small businesses kind of pivoted that direction. So,
Yeah.
man, there you have it.
All right, well, that's the history portion. We're going to go to a quick little ad. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks
This
for
was
having me.
awesome.
Thanks for coming
Yeah.
to the
Oh
neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for sure.
We want to
We're
do
so
more.
excited.
I mean, I want to do more. That flower almost got me. You saw that?
Yeah.
Y'all saw that? Y'all
So,
can't.
great way to pause.
But it's okay, because you two are about to have a fantastic meal.
Oh yeah, you heard it, Luella's. We coming for you. All right, after the break.
All right, we are back with the food portion. My lipstick is
Hey.
gone because we ate.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start off this. Well, we have a guest on this portion. We have 2 guests on this portion.
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Adela Mizrachi.
Hey.
I am the founder of Podcast Brunch Club, which is like book club but for podcasts. I'm here with some of our members this month, and it's pretty much as simple as that. It's like book club but for podcasts. So
Yeah.
we have a playlist every month, like 5 episodes. We listen to it, then we gather for brunch and talk about it. So that's
That
what we
is
did
so cool.
today.
Such a dope idea.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like a nice social idea. We were talking
Yeah.
about this, like just meeting different people out of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I also didn't talk about the podcast today. No, because
Yeah.
we're here.
It's different for us.
counts. This
yeah, I was
counts.
gonna say this.
Yeah, this counts.
It's
This
different, you know.
The theme was food.
Right.
so-
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, it
we
works
did it.
out. And
Yeah.
we have chapters all over the world. So, like,
Right.
conversations are happening all over the world about food and
That's so
culture.
crazy.
Yeah.
That
So-
all over the world.
Yeah, so you don't do this just in Chicago. Like, tell us how it started again. Like,
Yeah, so I started it in Chicago with just some friends, and I was like, we should meet for brunch and talk about podcasts. So it's called Podcast Brunch Club. And then I decided, I was like, oh, I'll put a website together and a newsletter and see if anybody else wants to follow along or maybe start a group with their friends. And people started coming out of the woodwork, and they wanted to start it, but like not with their friends, because at the time, this
Yeah.
was like 2016 when
Yeah.
not everybody and their mother was listening to
Right.
podcasts
Yeah.
or had a podcast. So they were like, I don't know anybody who listens to podcasts. I need new friends who listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
So they would start a chapter and like invite just everybody to join. And we have like one of our first chapters was in New York City, and one of the best things about that one is that they do potlucks at people's houses. Oh
wow.
Oh,
So like
really?
yeah,
Oh,
so
shoot,
people
that's-
like just
that's
bring food and get together
is so
and talk
cool.
about podcasts, and it's just like of all the cities that could have happened, I did not think it was going to be
neither.
New York.
Yeah.
I would.
know?
New
And,
York
like,
is a bunch of biting people, though. They like to do what we do.
They like they're
It's not the first time we
You said
trashed New York.
biting?
Biting, yeah.
Oh, like
food
they're
biting.
not original.
Yeah, right. What?
That's what I
Here
heard
goes
you
the
say.
troll. Here goes the troll.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean, New York tries everything that we do.
yeah.
This is a very unique idea, though, because I'll be honest. Had this been a podcast about reading, I wouldn't be a part of it. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it.
You
I
mean a club about reading?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
club.
yeah,
Like a book club.
A book club. I couldn't do that.
No.
Like I read with my finger, and it's hard to. It's hard to keep up
I know,
that
we just
fast.
saw your handwriting. I
Yeah,
know.
stop it. Wow, my
saying.
handwriting wasn't that bad. First of all,
It's that
Like,
indicative. Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But so it's what other cities are you doing this in?
I mean, I haven't
over
counted
the world.
lately. Yeah, like we have over 50 chapters
Over
all over
50?
Wow.
and
What's
5
like the
continents.
more like one you wouldn't
Eclectic.
expect?
We've got Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have
I got friends
Valencia,
over there.
Spain.
Wow.
We have Shanghai. We have Auckland, New Zealand.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Really?
And you don't necessarily curate every playlist, right? You have people.
Yeah, like so what I do is it's like in the same way that like a book club, you would do a round robin where a different person
Yeah.
picks the books. Like we try to do round robin where if somebody has an idea for a playlist, they'll put together a playlist and we'll just put that out. And if people don't love it, they don't love it. Like that's
Yeah.
okay. They get together and talk about it. And
Right.
sometimes those are the best conversations, like to figure
that's
out
so
why.
cool.
you
That
don't
is
like
so
it.
cool.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I want to get to the nitty gritty. Who picked us? Like who picked? Because like, if for those that are listening and don't really know, the reason why we are together is because we were recommended by this podcast brunch, and we saw it. It was like
Yeah,
a
they
complete
put out
honor.
a list.
Like,
You put out a list of like how many podcasts? It was like a list of like listen to these podcasts or
Yeah.
something.
So what happened was this is was like 2 months ago, and my friend Lisa right here, she, so we do, usually at the end of every podcast brunch club meeting, we're like, what other podcasts are you listening to that you would want to recommend to the rest of the people? And that's when we get our phones out and start subscribing. And Lisa was like, she recommended your podcast.
Hey, Lisa gets an air horn.
And so, on the car ride home, I downloaded an episode and I was listening to it.
And you were like, they're hilarious.
And I was like, And I was like, I need to go to that restaurant. And it was the Eris.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so, so then I just tagged you in a post where I just, I tagged all of the episodes that all of the podcasts that had been recommended, and I tagged you guys, and you responded, and I was like, we should do something together. We should do a crossover or something. Cause
this was so fun.
This was fun.
I'm so glad
I
did this.
had a blast, you know, and I didn't even get drunk.
You didn't?
I did not.
You didn't?
I didn't, because
sober.
I was fully expecting that.
You were shocked, too.
I was really shocked. I was like, this is going to be a sloppy episode. But it wasn't, you know, so.
Yeah. I mean, you're never really drunk, though.
I'm never, because I'm, high off life. You know what I mean? That's another one. But thank you for that. Thank you all for doing that.
No,
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to say, we love what you guys are doing. I love that you guys are, highlighting local, small businesses, small local establishments. You're talking to people, these are people who, the owners work here, you know?
Right.
That's really awesome. I just think that's...
now, look at the camera and tell them we didn't make you say that.
Yeah, right.
They did not make me say that.
Okay. Just saying.
That's good. Before we get to our news segment, before we get to the podcast, actually, part of it, the brunch part of it,
I want to
play the game.
So,
you all are.
This one is kind of funny because I feel like I would do this.
I'll be the judge today.
Okay. All right. Am I the asshole for no longer letting my boyfriend eat what I cook after he raided my food in front of my family? Okay. This is a long one, so we're only going to do one today. All right.
Okay.
So my 25, she's 25, boyfriend, Jerry, he's 31, has a culinary art diploma. He works 2 jobs related to his field, 1 as a chef in a restaurant and 2 as a cooking instructor. We've been dating for almost 16 months now. I had no real experience in cooking, but he encouraged me to learn and helped my skills improve so much, even though he has a habit of rating every meal I cook, which I find a bit rude. For example, X meal gets 7 out of 10, Y meal gets 8.3 out of 10.
That's rough.
And this meal would have gotten 9 out of 10 if the sauce wasn't so salty, etc. I didn't feel great with him rating my food no matter the score, but he says he's helping me improve. So my family came over to visit, and I wanted to cook their favorite meals. Jerry sat with my parents and chatted till food was ready. He started eating and kept making comments about my choice of meals. Once he put his fork down, he cleared his throat and literally started rating every dish I made by giving 7 out of 10 for this, 4.8 out of 10 for this.
In front of the parents.
My family were so confused, and I was floored. I felt awful as he kept giving advice on how to improve my score next time. He kept a straight face while doing it. It was so awkward the entire evening. We had a huge argument after my family left, and I told Jerry that he acted poorly and embarrassed me when he started rating my food in front of my family. I said to him that I won't have him eat what I cook anymore. He said I was overreacting and claimed that he was doing it just as constructive criticism, and I shouldn't take it personal since he's just used to rating his students' work. I said I wasn't his dang student, and he wasn't Gordon Ramsay, right? To be heavily putting my effort down in front of my family. He got offended and said my reaction was way over the top since he was just giving constructive criticism. Anyway, you get the point.
Yeah. Is he an asshole?
Is she the asshole?
Is she the asshole? No, she's not the asshole.
No, right?
He definitely is the asshole.
You said, she's the asshole. He's the asshole.
We got all votes for asshole.
Yeah.
For him.
You think
Jerry's
so?
the asshole.
100%. I mean, here's the reason why he's the asshole.
Okay.
Get it? That's his profession. In the comfort of their own home, all right, that's pushing a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Maybe shut up. But in front of the parents?
Yeah.
In front of after you ate the food? Oh, come on now, man.
And he insulted the choice of meals, which is her parents' favorite food.
Oh, true.
Right. So this is embarrassing for everybody in the situation.
That would be so awkward.
First of all, to be fair, I don't rate her food, right? But I have a list of my favorites.
He has a top 10 list.
I have a top 10 list of the food. I don't rate it. It's just what I feel is my favorite.
But I know.
But I don't rate. I don't rate them. I'm not going to be like, well, this was a little too salty. That's a 5. You know what I mean?
To be fair, you don't have the qualifications to rate my food.
Here we
so
go.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to join in either, okay? All right? We get it. All right? It's 22 episodes. I know I'm trash, all right?
No. I'm not saying you're trash. I'm just saying he has a culinary degree, so he maybe feels like he has the right
That's
to
the
rate
only
it.
reason why I'd be like, if he didn't do it in front of the parents,
Yeah.
because that is his job.
Or he
I
would
get
have
it.
worded it differently. He would have been like,
Or,
How
like,
do you
do
word
it
a 5
later.
out of 10?
Right.
If you
Do it later.
want
Right, yeah, right.
to rate them, like, just wait until the parents leave and talk
Right.
to her afterward. I think
Yeah.
probably her biggest problem was that, like, he did it in front of them and embarrassed
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's done it before to
Right.
her,
Yeah.
and she didn't have an issue with it.
Right.
It was the inclusion
setting.
of the family.
Yeah, it was the
that
setting.
was-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's-
Imagine
that's
if like every time you got off stage, I was like 7 out of 10.
I mean, we kind of do.
No, but I don't.
Yeah, you don't do it publicly. Now, if you did that, I would
Or
stop
I
comedy a
don't
long
rate
time ago. No, you better not. No, hell no. Like, that's horrible. Like, that would be bad. But, yeah, he's definitely 100% an asshole. Like, there's not even a question
Yeah.
about this. Like,
That was an easy one.
Yeah, that was a real easy one. Why would he feel the need to do this? Like, this dude has no filter in life. You know what I'm saying? like
That's what
It's
happens.
also like, don't bring work home.
I was
yeah,
just
right.
gonna say
Right,
that.
there you go.
You know, like,
Yeah.
like if you're a comedian, like, are you constantly doing bits at home?
Oh no,
Wait, I mean,
no.
no. I'm
People
not.
ask me-
Practice,
It's a practice,
maybe,
yeah.
but like you're not just like walking around the apartment.
Guess
like,
what?
Yeah.
I got this joke. Let me
No.
run it by you.
And
No, I'm
people
not doing
ask
it.
me all the time. They're like, "Is he like always silly?" And I was like, "He's like a goofy person, but he's not
With
like when
pride.
it needs to be serious. Like he's not just making
Yeah,
jokes.
I'm not
I would
just-
not be able to handle that. I'd be like,
Yeah, that's like
no.
being on all the time.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Like this dude, I would
On
feel
all
bad.
the time.
Turn
Right,
off.
I would feel bad if you showed him a picture of a newborn baby and said, "What do you think? This baby is cute, right?" You know what I mean? Like
I feel like I'm definitely a person that petitions towards being honest with parents about
Yeah.
the cuteness of your
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Your baby not that cute, especially if it's a newborn.
Right,
That
I
shit
do.
ugly. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean-
Newborns are ugly.
Yeah, newborns don't have the best
We
features.
just-
Yeah,
Wait,
you're
But
right.
you tell the parent.
Oh,
No.
I mean, I haven't seen a newborn in like 6 years, so.
But you could tell how you could
Maybe.
tell somebody that their
Yeah.
baby is not
Oh.
the prettiest baby. Yeah, that first when they
So
show you a picture, you be like,
cute.
"Oh." If you do that,
It's like
it's a baby
It's a
for sure.
baby.
Yeah, it's a baby. That baby gonna grow into those features. That's another.
Oh my god!
That's another bad one.
No,
Like, you just,
don't worry, they'll grow into
don't worry.
it.
That forehead.
they're going to grow out of those
Yeah,
features
yeah.
is maybe better.
You pray that they grow out of it. Oh Lord. Now let me. All right, let's stop. Let's stop talking about babies.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's going to be like who's the asshole in this one?
Yeah, right,
Like,
yeah, right. Well, in this case, I know we both contributed this. You know? You all are safe.
Yeah,
we
right.
wrote you in. But so now that that's out of the way, we can talk about
Actually,
like
the food.
the podcast. Let's talk about the podcast that they went over this week. Let's just.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Let's go for it. Yeah, talk to us. This is the
Well,
podcast.
here's my question. Actually, what was it like? Like, is this what you expected of what?
of this?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know. What did you, like? Did you guys expect this? I feel like I knew we were going to be doing like a little bit of recording and like a little bit of talking, and I wasn't sure how it was going to all interact, but I think it like went really well.
I think so,
like,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys like were able to do your thing, and we did our thing, then we all did something together.
We do all the things.
I got like multiple questions of like, are you sure you're going to be able to record like at the restaurant? And I'm like, yeah, everything is mobile, but people like
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, we've done
you
this a
don't-
bunch too.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I didn't know either before that we would ever be able to record outside of a studio.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
don't have one to be fair. We have a living room. That's a studio.
Yes.
But this was cool how we
Yeah.
kind of come together. And thanks to Llewellyn's for letting us
Yeah.
do this for a long time. And it's a busy
Long
wait
time.
list here.
Right.
And this is 6 couple deep, I think. Six people deep, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And we just taking up all the space. Anyway, it's fantastic. But you all do what you do. You have weekly
Monthly.
playlist, monthly playlist that you go through. And what's this month all about?
So this month, because I knew we were doing this in Chicago, and I am like I do all of it, I was like, we're going to do food and culture in November. So I started to curate the playlist, and then I put out a request on Facebook, and to our members, and it's like, does anybody have recommendations? And one of our members was like, this is my favorite topic of all time, and I was like, you got it then.
Yeah.
You go ahead and curate the whole
Run with
playlist
it.
for us. We're like, I don't
That's
have to
so
do
cool.
it, and so she put together the playlist for us, and we had episodes from, I don't even remember, like Anthro Dish.
Yeah, I saw a few like really dope podcasts that I've personally listened to before because they have really good food like related topics.
Yeah.
I think Gastropod,
the food
Gastropod.
program.
Yeah.
We had two from BBC. One was
Right.
the food chain, and one was the food program, which was about language and food. And then what's the fifth one that we did? Hold on.
no pressure.
What was your favorite one?
I mean, I personally really like the one about language, which was the food program. But I think like I'm always an outlier. I don't know if that was a favorite of other people.
The Dennis Rodman of the group. We
Yeah,
get it. I
yeah.
like it.
Lisa's like, no.
Yeah, Lisa was like, no, that was my least favorite. But that's like again, like that's
Right,
what makes
that's
the
the
conversation
point.
interesting, as we get to talk
That
about
is
like
so
why we
cool.
liked it, why we didn't like it, and then maybe change somebody's mind. Who
What
knows?
was the language one about? You say that was the
So
one
it
for
was
you.
about like some of them were about like idioms, about like you take the cake or like how did that happen or like whatever. And
That's what that's
And
called.
then there's also there was some about just using language to describe food and how food is like food writers and how they use language to describe food.
Yeah.
So basically, you can describe food any way you want to.
Yes, with a lot of adjectives that make no sense. Because I mean, if you
No.
think about it,
I'm
like
a food critic.
well, and you do the YouTube channel. So like, and I am always like one of those people who's like, I can't. Like, it's really hard for me to watch cooking shows, especially the ones
Right.
that are like competition shows.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to know?
Right.
I can't taste the food. I can't even smell the food.
Yeah.
So like, it's such an interesting like medium, both like audiovisual, but also
Right.
writing
Yeah.
around food because it's like
Yeah,
a
that's so
totally
true.
different sense.
Yeah.
Remember when we did the episode with Nick, who's the food critic from Chicago Tribune?
Juicy versus
he said,
tender.
He said, what was the one you used?
I
You
said
used-
tender.
Oh, and he was like,
It's juicy.
for the chicken, like to describe the chicken breast. And he was like, not tender, it's juicy.
Oh, there has to be. See, and then like people get really kind of snooty about it.
Well, it's
mean-
I guess it's more like stimulating to the senses when you think of like juicy chicken rather than tender chicken.
I see.
I guess that would turn me
'Cause, like-
on a little bit more towards the chicken too if somebody said it's juicy. You know,
Well, the fact that
it's like ooh, anything juicy might
Wow.
be
All right.
interesting.
Okay.
All right.
It's a family podcast. No,
Sorry,
like,
that's
it's not.
definitely not family.
It's not a family podcast.
Definitely not family.
Well, should we talk about where we are and what we ate?
Yeah, we can talk about it. We'll and we'll have
let's grab our 17th guest for the day
sev-
real quick.
yeah, we'll be right back one more time. This is different.
Thank you so much for listening to that. I hope you loved it, and we will see you next week with a brand new episode. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope you loved it.
And if you could, please follow us on social media at 77 Flavors Shy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
If you have any ideas or deep dives that you'd love us to do, please contact us at media@77flavorsshy. That's the number 77 flavors and shy for Chicago.com.
If you like visuals, please subscribe and follow and watch us on our YouTube channel at the same thing, 77 Flavors Shy. Or search 77 Flavors of Chicago.
If you would like to support us monetarily, go ahead and click that Buzzsprout link in the description of this episode.
And as always, we gonna see you next week. Peace.